General, hola, hola. Alright, had to get the YouTube stream going. Looks like we're all good there. Let's warm up with some puzzles, shall we? You want holding out for hero? I got you. I'm gonna restart. Where have all the good men gone, and where are all the gods? Do 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 do. Snipe! Ah. Do do do. Streetwise Hercules to fight the rising odds. Hmm. And I dream of what I need. I'm holding on for a hero till the end of the night. Ah, humbug. No, it was Queen C1. No, I meant Rook H2, not G2. Gosh darn it. What's up, Patrick? What in the GM am I watching? Warming up, baby. Let's do one more, then hop into a game. Mouse feels a little bit off, but we ball, you know. Having some trouble moving quickly. I don't know if it's my mouse's batteries or if I just need to, like, recalibrate it. I'm struggling to move quickly, like, across the, like here, when I have to move across the entire board. Those are difficult. Short distances are fine. I'm gonna be honest, I had no idea which color I was there. Ah! I've fallen for that rook trick so many times. Ah! Move! Appreciate the follow, Kyle Roman. Appreciate the follow, DXLTA664. Shout out, baby. No! Humbug! Alright, enough with the warm-ups. Let's hop into it, chat. Let's hop into it. Appreciate the follow. Is that Russian? Whoa. Did I just get a new game and he aborted instantly? Alright. Well, no mistakes were made in that one. The mother fluffy jitter. What's up, go? How we living, baby? Where did I put my phone? Need to make sure the YouTube stream is also up and buzzing. It should be. We should be live over at General's Odd Chess. I did not realize. Oh my gosh. how, how is that name allowed on chess.com? Chess.com! Oh my gosh. Alright. Well, hopefully I don't get in trouble for that on the stream. Oh my gosh. I completely forgot about the YouTube stream to make sure it was up and running properly. It should be. What's up, Contritum on YouTube? All good on YouTube? Perfect. Alright. Let's take. Develop the knight. Rook b8-3 is a weird looking move. Not a bad one necessarily, though. I wonder what I should play. Queen here, maybe? I feel like I just wasted a queen move. Do you play gambits over the board? It depends on the format, the person I'm playing against. Like, there's a lot of different factors. I would say generally no. But also part of the no is because I don't get the chance to play over the board a ton. Like, so whenever I do, I'm always like, you know, I want to see what the other person has to offer. Gambits can kind of... You can beat a really good player really easily with the gambit sometimes. You know, you can lose really badly to a player a lot lower in rating than you really easily if the gambit goes wrong. Like, there's a lot of things that can happen with gambits. I like to just play chess and over the board. Sounds kind of, what do you call it? Just play chess sounds kind of redundant. Okay. Can I just take this? That was not a good move. I know that for sure. Rook a5, queen c6 to not waste the move, or... Like, what's best here? He's not threatening to trade the queens, because if he trades, he's getting forked. But if I take on a5 with the knight, or if I go rook a5, he takes, trades... Okay, it's rook a5, queen c6, knight takes. Can you attack my queen at all? Knight a2. Looks a little awkward. Knight takes e4. Queen takes, and then takes. Is a fork. You go here, I can take. You take, and then I take. Oh, no, that looks really good. Just knight takes e4, maybe? Really trying to call white out? I don't see anything wrong with it. Appreciate the follow, Ben. Appreciate the follow, Jacob Boss. Jacob Gross, shout out. Have you played the GM bots on chess.com? I think I played against the Magnus bot twice. I can play against it on stream if you guys want today. I mean, I don't know. The Magnus bot is like significantly weaker, in my opinion, than the actual Magnus Carlsen. At least the one I played against. Maybe there's a stronger version. Zod, I created a thumbnail for your recent YouTube video. Is there a way I can send it to you? If you want to send me a thumbnail, you could do it on Discord. And did I blunder? I definitely did just blunder, didn't I? Well, because if I take... I did this the wrong order, huh? Okay. Darn it! He messed up, but I messed up the punish. I hate it when that happens. Now what do I do? What is my best plan going forward? Resign? Okay. That's... I don't know, we gotta admit we messed up. I don't think there's any way to keep the queens on the board either, so... That's fun. Gosh darn it. I have one extra pawn, but I'm down a minor piece. This is literally Etika. People did used to tell me I look like Etika when I had this hair. And then, when I have it curled, I don't know who people tell me I look like. I kind of stopped getting comparisons. When it was braids, people said I looked like, Travis Scott. And I'm like, that's a pretty decent comparison. Because I like sicko mode. But I haven't listened to a ton of Travis Scott outside of that. Appreciate the... ay, ay, ay. Appreciate the ice cream cone. Had a... Supreme, I believe? Finish him, General Zod. Finish him. I think I'm about to get finished. Pause, but... I'm just down a piece. If I bring the other rook over, he has a fork. So I'm trying to attack this pawn without... I just noticed the op's name. Yeah. I don't know how that got past the chess.com censorship, but I guess something always slips through the cracks, right? It wouldn't be the internet if people didn't find a way to I mean, this was my idea. I just go here and defend it. I don't know how long-term of a strategy that is. I wonder if it makes any difference if I go here. I managed to get an extra pawn, but I'm still down a minor piece. And obviously, there's less and less firepower on the board now. Appreciate the Rose Hatta's production. Shout out. Appreciate the ice cream cone, AJ. Let me cook? Well, I can't take advice from viewers because my opponent doesn't have access to that. So I'm getting, it'd be me getting help they couldn't receive, you know? So it's unfair in the sport of competition. So it's not that when I say I don't never take advice from viewers like during games, it's not because I don't think their moves are good. It has nothing to do with that. It's just, my opponent doesn't have access to the resource. They don't have other people helping them or like giving them advice or telling them which moves they think are good. So I don't want access to something my opponent doesn't have access to. I want a fair fight, you know. I want to win, but I don't want to win so badly that I'm willing to throw away the spirit of competition. If that makes sense. I mean, D3. Get the feeling the ops aren't too comfortable in this in game, maybe. Down a piece in the endgame, chat. Down a piece in the endgame. Oh my goodness. Alright, we defeat. I mean, come on, man. How old is this account? Oh my gosh, it's been around for 4 years. Well, I guess it's history at this point. Mikhail Quater dropping the super GG after the first dub of the stream. Had his projection with the 2 roses. Shout out. Appreciate the 3 GGs, Winston Churchill. Alright. First game of the stream, chat. Try to 1v1. I have a lot of streams where I play against viewers. I might do a viewer tournament at this stream. But to start out, I'm just going to play some games in Rapid. Alright. We start off with the Benoni defense, chat. We're also live on YouTube over at General Zod Chess, if you want to go check out the wider view over there. Appreciate the follow, Louis Morgan. Appreciate the follow, Young Cheapy. Shout out. After pawn to d5, pawn to c4, we play the Binko Gambit, which is giving away the pawn here with b5, trying to weaken up White's control over the center here with his advanced pawn. I play pawn to a6, eventually capturing, and now after... Oop, I just now realized I didn't do the game review. Hold up, give me a second. We must go to archive. Review. Played at 89% accuracy. Probably because I played the endgame pretty well. But, I mean, the blunder after in the middle of the game, just terrible. I am completely convinced, right? So I'm down a pawn here, but I have a lot of pressure on the A and B files on these 2 pawns. And because I have this pawn outposted here, this pawn on the B file can't easily come to the aid of the A pawn, and they can't push down the board. If this pawn didn't exist and these 2 pawns would just march down the board, it'd be game over on the spot. But thankfully I do have it, so that's part of the allure of the Binko Gambit, right? Getting all this pressure. And I thought my opponent just blundered here. I knew this was a blunder for sure, but I wasn't quite sure how to punish it. I thought knight takes a5, or sorry, knight takes a4 is probably the best. Appreciate the follow G-Lift Banks. Appreciate the follow Bugsy Webster. Appreciate the follow Daryl Kajua. Appreciate the follow Jerry Yee. Shout out. I really enjoy your stream. I appreciate that of you. I would probably resign after I blundered the piece. Part of what allows you to play at a higher level is not mentally checking out in positions you know you're worse in. Instead, chess players or grandmasters often refer to it as suffering, but you have to be willing to suffer if you want to improve. That means playing on in positions you don't want to play on, because that's where you find new ideas, new ways of thinking, new ways of winning the game, right? Knight takes here just a clean blunder, because now he just captures, and if I retake this knight here, he just captures my knight. A miscalculation here on my part. What I was looking at here was, well, if you capture, capture, and capture, I just get your rook, all right? But I forgot to consider the other options. Oversight on my part, and after knight takes d5, I'm just down a clean piece in the endgame. This is the best line, or it gave me the best chance of playing on that I could come up with. So to start this endgame off, I have to go ahead and take a step back, realize, all right, this is obviously not the chess game I wanted to play. What's going on here? And one of the strengths I have are all these pawns in the center give me a lot of space. So I want to put them on light squares, put them on squares where this dark square bishop can attack them. I also have this pressure on the pawn here and here. And if he ever moves this pawn out of the way of the bishop, the knight might hang. So I have a little bit of pressure in the position. I reinforce the pawns. Notice how I go about putting all of my pawns on squares that his dark square bishop cannot attack. That way they can't be targets and I don't have to worry about them in the future. And now I go ahead and target this pawn, right? I'm pretty sure my opponent thought he could just make random moves and win the game at this point, which is a pretty fair assumption when you're in the in-game up a piece, but as my opponent's finding out, when you play against really good players, or at least you play against high-rated players, maybe I shouldn't be calling myself really good after I just dropped a piece in this game. They're going to fight on, and they're going to try and make it complicated for you to win. After bishop to d6, hitting both my rook and my pawn, I just move the rook over to protect the pawn. And now the only pawns remaining on the board are these pawns I have on light squares. When you're down a piece in the in-game, one of the best ways of holding on or fighting on for a draw is if you can eliminate pawns on two sides of the board, right? If there's only pawns on one side of the board, it is much, much easier to hold a defensive in-game if you're down significant material like a piece. But if there's pawns on two sides of the board, because you're outmanned and outgunned, eventually you're going to get attacked on both sides, and because you don't have the firepower to defend it, you're going to lose the game. But now that I've managed to eliminate the pawns that were over here, remember the A and B pawns, pawns on only one side of the board, I start pushing P down the board. My opponent can't really figure out what to do, so he's like, well, I'm up on material, let's just follow the age-old adage of trading the rooks off. But he realizes after he trades the rooks off, the position is more or less a draw, because White can't make any progress here. He only has 3 pawns left in the position, and the only way to make progress right now is to just trade pawns off, which will result in a draw. So he starts just dancing. He's like, well, he's low on time. Maybe he'll blunder. And now here he's like, okay, I'll just go ahead and accept a draw. And once I realize my opponent's accepting a draw in a position where if I were in his place, I would be looking for some way to play on for a win. If I was in his position, I would know realistically this game's probably a draw, but I'm like, I'm up a minor piece in an in-game. Like, I have to play on for a win here, you know? And because I knew my opponent's mental state was kind of checked out, he wasn't looking to play on for a win anymore, that was the signal to me to try and play on for a win. So I go pawn to d3 with the idea that if you capture this, now I take here and all these pawns are loose. I have a passed pawn now, so it'd be pretty good for me. So he doesn't capture it and goes here instead, but now I get this massive pawn wall. Keep in mind they're all in light squares, so this guy can't attack them ever. And now the only way of making progress is if I can somehow walk my king in. So I start doing that, and my opponent just collapses because there's multiple threats on the board. He's worried about me getting my king here and playing bishop to c3, pinning the knight. And so he plays his king over 1 to make sure my king can never get to c2 for getting the pawn hangs. And after king to d1, just a clear blunder, hanging a pawn, generated by the pressure I was causing because my opponent was mentally checked out of the game. All right, we just get the George W, capture the pawn, and now I just walk my king in. I'm going to get a queen next move. We come back miraculously. All right, let's hop into the next one. That was pretty long analysis. Appreciate the 3 W's, Cody. Shout out. Oh. Ow. Oh. My back kills. I gotta start stretching more. We're also live over on YouTube chat, General Zod Chess, if you want to check out the wider view. Feel bad for your ops, says Assam on YouTube. YouTube streams are blessed. I can just put it on TV and continue with my work. I do like streaming on YouTube. I might do Twitch as well at some point, but I'm trying to get more comfortable with like uploading YouTube and just, I don't know, interacting with YouTube in general. So it's good, like, you know, experience with it, I guess. Appreciate the follow, Jacob Manel. When did you start playing chess, Zod? I started playing when I was 3 years old. Alright, can someone tell me where the ops are hiding? Zod is the Tiger Woods of chess. Tiger Woods is one of the most dominant athletes of all time. So, I don't know about that, but I appreciate it. My parents got me into the game when I was like super little. It wasn't like I was sitting down, you know, studying books or checkmating masters when I was 3. Like, I was probably knocking pieces over all the time, but they got me a video game called Lego Chess, which contained the rules, how to play, all that stuff. Where are the ops hiding? And so I would just play against the computer. Appreciate the follow, Slap. Tiger's the greatest athlete of all time. He's definitely up there. I feel like Wayne Gretzky, Michael Phelps, probably a little more dominant. Floyd Mayweather as well. Thank you for your streams, my general. You've helped me climb from 1300 to 1130. I've got you, baby. Usain Bolt is also up there. Bolt is also up there. Messi, easily. I don't follow soccer. But, do you think Ovi will pass Gretzky this season? How many more does he need? He has to have like a 50-goal season, right? I think so. It looks like, A lot of Ovi's regression was due to his prime. The people who were getting him the puck, setting him up with passes and stuff, they were no longer in their primes, right? Ovi's scoring touch hasn't really left, but the talent on the Capitals around him has left, and obviously his age has caught up to him. He no longer has the ability to just take it over and do it himself. But now with the emergence of Dylan Strome, Connor McMichael, it's obvious there's talent again helping set Gretzky up. I'm pretty sure not Gretzky, Ovechkin has 9 goals this season, and I believe Dylan Strome has assisted on every single one of them. I might be a crazy person, but I'm pretty sure it is like that. You made me pass from 1100 to 1350 in like 2 days, says Cola. I got you, baby. Shout out. I mean, I'm pretty sure like most of it was probably just like you saw me stream, you're like, man, I gotta get back out on that. Gotta get back on that grind, you know? So most of it was just me getting you back out there, alright? And then you did the work yourself, but, you know, I appreciate it. I'll take a little bit of the credit. Let's play Close Sicilian here against Swimming Nest. Appreciate you sharing the live GeoBox logo. I played against this guy before. I remember him because he has the Stockfish logo. Did I beat him? I don't remember. He's not a cheater. He just uses the Stockfish logo thingy to intimidate. Be like, ooh, I could be Stockfish. What website is he playing on? I'm playing on chess.com. You can play for free on the browser, like I am right now, or you can download it for free on the App Store or Google Play Store on your phone. What do I feel like doing? I think I'll capture like this. Now I'll go here. General Zod, do you play against viewers? I do in a lot of my streams. I mix it up between streams, so I don't just do the same thing every time. Some streams I'll be playing online against, like, you know, just grinding for rating points like I am now. Other times I'll be playing against viewers. Other times I'll do terms against the viewers. Appreciate you sharing live, Alex. We might do a viewer tournament in this stream. If we don't, though, just give the channel a follow. You can definitely catch a stream where I'm playing against the viewers. Do. Double pawns are for the bishop. I kind of like just having a passed pawn in the position. Like, this guy is 3 squares away from becoming a queen. Obviously, I'm not going to make him into a queen anytime soon, right? Not in the next couple moves or anything, but having a passed pawn is nice. As long as it's not like difficult to defend, right? Because if it's difficult to defend, then it can become a weakness because you have to spend so much time, energy, and exert so many of your pieces over in defense of the pawn, right? But I don't think that's the case with this guy. Got a good feeling about him. Question is, now what? C3? It's probably just C3. He's going like B6. Rook A to D1, bishop to B7, D4. Takes. If I go D4 and he goes E4, is that what I want here, or do I go C4? Guess I go d4. This was not right. Gosh darn it! I had to go c4. Because he gets e4 now. My calculation, I feel like, are off. Like, I'm not considering the second option. You know those times when the position isn't, like, that bad, but you want to just resign out of disgust? You're like, ugh. Ugh. I never understand why high-rated people play weird, obscure openings. Sometimes the openings aren't weird or obscure. Like, a lot of times they're getting their openings from a computer who just tells them the position or better. Instead of, you know, the general way of chess where we like use a set of principles or guidelines to help us to figure out if one move is better than another. They're just looking, they're using someone much, much better at chess before the game, right? Going through it and being like, okay, it says to do this. It doesn't mean you should just blindly follow it. Computers are far, far stronger than humans at chess, but they aren't like, you know, chess gods where everything they say is right no matter what. They're just better than us. What I mean by that is like the strongest computer in the world is like the strongest human in the world, Magnus Carlsen, is rated like 3,300 online. The strongest computer in the world is rated 3,800. But if all of a sudden another computer came along, right, and it was rated 4,200, then the moves that we were looking at and saying, taking from the 3,800 computer, that it was saying, oh yeah, this is the best move ever, that 4,200 rated computer would look at it and be like, that move is garbage. Why would you ever play that? You know? Because it's stronger than the 3,800 and it can see even further than it can. If that makes sense. Are the computers getting better? Yeah, I mean, I think as long as technology gets better, I think computers are going to get better. I think that's how it works. Like, I get what you're saying though, but I do think computers are going to just continuously improve. I don't know what kind of like arc it's going to have. Like, I don't know how quickly they are going to improve. Don't know what kind of training regimen AI is on these days. Appreciate the follow, Noah. Appreciate the follow, D Coach. Surely there's a point where they can't improve anymore. I mean, the point they couldn't improve anymore would be them just calculating out every single move and possibility from move one. But calculating all of that would, like, I don't even know. I can't. There's no fathomable explanation for how much that would be, right? It would be calculating every possibility from move one would be past the quintillions. Like, it would be a number larger than any known number in human history. That's why I can't, like, say it. I didn't think he could do this, but maybe he can. Oh, because he has Bishop f6. Darn it. Should I just resign? Should I just hang up my hat in shame? Bleh. Is it bad? it's not like black's threatening to checkmate me in too bad. It's more like it's I'm just worse, and there's no way of like fighting back for a counterpunch kind of bad. If that makes sense. Like it's not like I'm if I play on, I'm gonna get checkmated in 2 moves. There's no way I can survive a bishop in game. Fact. Down 2 pawns, right? I mean, could I lock them? No. I go here, that doesn't work. So my options are queen g1 or trade. And trade loses me the game on the spot, so I'll go here instead. Hey Zod, will you still be doing ASMR? Like, the only ASMR I did is like the ASMR chess late night episodes, but I just call that ASMR. Realistically, it's just me trying to be more quiet. Just gonna swing my queen back and forth. What would Stockfish do? How tall are you, Zod? How tall do you think I am, chat? He does take a strange amount of time to move. I don't know. I think that's more, I'm gonna be honest. He has a 2-bar connection. I'm pretty sure that's more, I think he's on McDonald's Wi-Fi. I don't think it's because he's, looking for the engine's help. I think he's just on McDonald's Wi-Fi. 168? What does 168 even mean? You look 6'2"? You look 6'4"? 190 centimeters? This is America, Bruce Wayne. You're Batman. What do you mean centimeters? Alright? We don't know what those foreign digits mean. I don't know. I don't think he knows what to do. He might have blundered. Probably not, but maybe. No, he's like... Fair enough. So... Am I cooked? I might be cooked. I have a couple checks on the board, but my queen can't get close enough, it would seem. It's queen c5 and queen c4 and queen c8. Queen c4, king g7. He wants to run his king over to h6. Okay, okay. I think I might have a game plan. Oh, it doesn't work! Okay, well, I'm cooked. Darn it! I thought I was gonna be so sneaky. Yeah, I got none. Bishop, or Pawn G5 was a nice find. You gotta give him credit where it's due. Pawn G5 was a nice find. Take. I wanted here, I was gonna just play queen to e6 because you don't get pawn to g5 here for the checkmate, and if the queen goes here, then I can just dance the king back and forth. If you take my bishop, then I could take yours, right? But he has queen to f1 and it's checkmate. Darn it! That one square! Okay. What about queen to d2? Does that keep me on the board just a day longer? Because bishop takes g5, he just takes with the king, and I have no follow-up checks. If he took with the bishop, that'd be unreal, but I think queen to d2 is the only move that I don't get mated instantly. It doesn't work to, like, defend the game, but I'm not getting mated instantly. Oh. Or maybe I am getting mated instantly. Okay. That was nice. Darn it. Oh. Alright. Darn it, that was my first rapid loss in 10 games. That sucks. One mistake, yeah. I mean, Dag didn't have one mistake. I did not play that well. He played at 89% accuracy. I played at 82. But I mean, we just played a standard opening here, right? This is all theory, so whenever you play theory, the accuracy is always going to be higher because we're playing the best moves, right? This was my mistake. I missed pawn to e4 after captures. What I was looking at in my head was here, and then I take, and I'm chilling, because my rook defends the pawn after takes. I just push, I'm fine. But I forgot that he could take with the pawn first, and I can't play c4 because my bishop's under attack, so I have to take the pawn back. And now he gets e4, and I'm just going to lose this pawn. And in a position like this, there's no knights on the board. I have very little space. There's just very little I can do to create counterplay. I feel like, and here I just mess up again, giving him another pawn. I feel like, I don't know. I gave him a very easy game to play. I feel like I kind of beat myself in that one. Let's go again. Should I play another Benoni? May as well. Appreciate the follow, AB. I want to play a game. I'm just grinding for rating points at the moment, but I have a lot of streams where I play against the viewers. Let's go Bishop G7, Castle. We might do a viewer tournament this stream, though. Let's go Bishop to B7. I'll just decline the Benoni. So play this, like, modern opening. I can go Rook C8, maybe. Huh? I assume an e4 push is coming at some point. The question is, how do I want to meet it? Do I meet it with e5? Not typically a huge fan of blocking my bishop's diagonal. Right? e4 makes a lot of sense. I'll just continue to develop. What's your favorite in-games to play? That's a good question. I don't know. I'll have to give that some thought. I haven't thought about that. I think rooking games are the hardest challenge. So when I execute a well-played rooking game, I think I get the biggest feeling of accomplishment. Let's go Queen C7. Row has the Gias. If I had Gias, I don't even know how I'd use it. Definitely wouldn't be for good, I tell you that. I'd go to like the ice cream guy and be like, you like putting 2 pieces of birthday cake, or double pieces of birthday cake in the ice cream batter. Alright, I would not use my powers for good. I don't know exactly what I would use them for, but it would probably be along the lines of that. But you know what they say, knowing yourself is half the battle. Uh, I don't know, I'll play Queen A8. Is this just stupid? Your train went to a trip at the quarter of the board. Let's go here. Just a game of you, and I'm in so deep. You know I'm such a fool for you. Go knight c7, and then reroute the knight. Is that my idea here? Maybe if I just keep playing what I think is a good move. The ideas will unfold before me. Appreciate the chili George FT shout out. Appreciate the follow Speedy Legend 7. I don't know if I got that earlier. We're also live on YouTube chat over at General Zod Chess. If you want to go check it out, the stream out with a wider view. All right, appreciate the follow Bruce the Gamer 21. Appreciate the follow Caden Paget. Goes there. Let's go here. But I was wrong. Appreciate the follow Black. Appreciate the follow Rolly B. Just defend the pawn. Asking as a person with the most basic level of chess understanding, why put the queen in the corner? Well, I'm gonna be the first to admit it looks very, very odd, but if you look at my setup and my current position, I don't have a lot of space. So if I put my queen in the middle of the board here, she's not doing much and my rooks aren't connected to each other, you know? That's not really ideal. You want your rooks to be connected to each other. They have a lot more freedom of movement, a lot more range. They cover more ground. It's just better for your overall position, generally speaking, when your rooks are protecting each other. I feel like I can just take this pawn. But the queen in the corner, so it allows the rooks to be connected, and it also trains pressure on this diagonal, discouraging white from pushing the pawn. There's some reason why I can't take. I do not see it. Appreciate the follow, Livy. If you could return, don't let it burn, don't let it fade. Have you ever seen Emery Tate play chess? He has an opening, and I remember looking at the opening once a while back. I thought it was pretty interesting. Oh, should I have taken with the... Ah! What is with my calculation today, man? That's the third game in a row. Ugh. That's the third game in a row! What is with my calculation? Okay. Man! Let's see. I mean, it's just straight up blunder. Uh... Bishop to c6. I mean, I could play bishop to c6, but then he captures my bishop, attacking my queen. So, I have to capture. Probably should have gone bishop c6 first, but yeah. I don't know if the order matters that much. Ah! 3 games in a row. Do 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 do. My hand. Zod, how's it going? It's going pretty good until a second ago when I blundered. Now it's going less good. Was knight takes h5 on h5 anything? He might still be looking at it. It wouldn't surprise me. Especially when you're already a piece up. Going for a sacrifice like that is a lot easier. You don't feel pressured to find like the perfect solution or like, you know, the perfect line, consider everything. You're like, well, even if the attack does, or even if it doesn't work out, I was still up a piece to begin with, and I'm making my opponent's position worse, right? Because I'm weakening the safety of his king. I would love to have like a little summer cottage, like a bunch of goats one day. I would also love to play pawn to e6 because it like defends the pawn on d5 and my rook slides over. But then f6 becomes weak and he just mates me right there with queen f6. So instead, play it. I'll play this. So off topic? That was not off topic. I was talking about things I want. Alright? Nice little cottage with some goats. And I want to play e6. But if I play e6, if I try and get a cottage with goats, you know what happens, chat? Goats are gonna stage a rebellion. Have you ever been to Hawaii? I have not. I've been to almost all of the U.S., but I've not been to Hawaii. I want to go one day. Like, is everyone there just dancing around in a hula hoop? Obviously not, but I want to go there and do that. You know? I want to be those people where they're like, yeah, that guy's definitely not from Hawaii. I don't know. Make it difficult on him. Zod stream, what's up, Mr. Got It Like That? Gosh darn it. Okay, I'm pretty sure that move just finishes me. I was like, please don't find it, but he saw it. That's not good. Oh, come on, can I catch a break? I was trying to go for a Hail Mary, but I forgot about his bishop on e2. It guards the g8 square. Gosh darn it. I was trying to get... I was going to sacrifice everything and just go for rook and bishop trained on g2. But it doesn't work. I mean, just everything I have is so bad. You follow Bayside 75. Shout out. Why not take the knight? The protection around my king fades if I take the knight, and I get mated. Unfortunately. Darn it. Darn it, man. What's up, Edis? How we living, baby? Zero mistakes, zero blunders? That is not true. What is this? He played at 94% accuracy and he had 2 brilliance. I mean, a lot of this, I just made it very, very easy on him to play. I liked my idea of putting the queen on a8. I also liked my idea of like knight to e6. He was better this entire time, though. Why did you resign? Sorry, couldn't see why. Appreciate the follow, Islam Sleem. Bishop b5, the double attack. Had to sacrifice a piece. Rook to f1. If I capture the knight here, queen takes f7. King to h8. Another sacrifice. He was killing it. Wow. I resigned because there's checkmate coming on h5. For example, if I go here trying to stop that, then you can just capture my rook. Any other move, let's say I attack his queen, forget that he can capture my rook. This is checkmate because the rook and queen form a ladder. Very, very well played game from the ops. I guess I didn't play that badly, he just played that much better. I've seen 4 brilliance in one game before, believe it or not. I appreciate that, Trader Joe. Alright, I'm gonna try a gambit here, maybe. Let's see what he does, though. Pawn to d4. I think king to h6 would have allowed me to hang on for a move, but I'm pretty sure he could have just kicked my king out of there. And then just gone for the checkmate. Like, I think it was delaying the inevitable for a move or two. Let's go pawn to h3. Your hair looks lovely, mate. I appreciate that, Zed. Appreciate the follow, user 239-328-6000929. Shout out. Let's go here. Chat, we're also live on YouTube over at General's Chess. If you guys want to check out the YouTube stream, it's a little wider view. If you like the wider layout. It's not the only person to mention goats and farms and pawns and create chess in the same sentence, but it did add up. Alright? It did add up, though. As an American, what do you think of Trump? Because I only have the Europe perspective. I don't pay much attention to politics. Let's go knight b to d2. Like, I don't... Whoever got put in there, you know, I'm gonna root for them because I'm an American. I always look at it like the weirdest thing ever when... Because people don't get their candidate elected, they're like cheering for they're like cheering for things to go wrong. I'm like, what are you doing? You know, it's like being a fan of a sports team and you start cheering for your team to lose the games because you hate the head coach you guys got and you want him fired. Like, I get it. You think in order to have success down the line, you know, you guys gotta like suck for a bit, get a new coach. So you're like, yeah, every time something goes bad, I prove it right. But you're still, like, cheering for your team to lose, you know? That's not alright. At least that's my, perspective on it. Interesting. Knight g3. What if f5? En passant. And then knight takes f6. I guess I'll take. Appreciate the follow, Mike Florito. Rook lift? I didn't even consider a rook lift. That's a creative idea. I don't know if it would have worked in that position because his knight guarded the square my rook would have liked to lift to. Oh, unless you meant rook lift here, right? Trying to put pressure on h6. The problem is he can parry that threat very easily just by moving his king to the corner. And then my rook isn't doing anything because it's never really threatening to sacrifice there. And my pawn on e5 is no longer defended, so it's better just keep the rook on the e file in this case. Rooks don't, because they're such long-range pieces, they can span across the entire board on an open file. They don't need to be on like the third. Their value doesn't go up or down much in most positions based off of which rank they're on, unless it's the second or the seventh rank for white's rooks, right? Or the second rank for black's rooks. Let's develop the knight. Let's go queen g4. Let's pick up the speed as well. I don't think this is a position where I need... I don't think this is the type of position where I need to be taking like 30 minutes move. We'll see. He goes queen g5. Back start itching so bad. How do you get the pieces to move with those effects? I have arcade animations turned on. You can turn it on in settings. It's only available in the browser version of the app at the moment, so you can't turn on arcade animations on mobile yet. Hopefully that gets changed soon, though. Pretty sure bishop takes h6, right? It's gotta be. It's a draw at worst. I'm gonna do it now, and I'll save the rest of my time to figure out how to keep pushing. Appreciate the heart, me Joseph Weber. Shout out, baby. Appreciate the follow, Quam. What's good, Zoddy? Shout out, baby. What's up, PS1? Hey, Zod. Did you work your way up to 2450, or were you talented at the start? I mean, I didn't spot in on, I did not pop out of the womb at 200 or 2450 elo, contrary to popular belief. Alright. Excuse me for a second, I gotta calculate this real quick. Bishop takes g7, king takes g7, rook to e3. How do you stop my rook from getting over? Pawn to f5 isn't in time. You can sack the queen. Oh, so I need to play rook to e3 first. That's the key. Okay. I think I've always had like a knack for the game, but if I didn't, actively train, then that knack or the talent that I had wouldn't have developed into what you're seeing now, No matter if it's chess, a sport, school, a job, no matter what it is in life, hard work, all right? Contrary to popular belief, I think a lot of people will see someone who's really good at something and just kind of, assume they were always good at it, or that there's like some special requirement or something, but hard work will always beat talent whenever talent decides that it doesn't want to work hard. No matter what it is, all right? You can have a gift to be able to do something really well, but if you don't train and do your utmost to like make the most of it, then people in that same area or field who might not have been naturally gifted as you might have been at that thing will overtake you. Let's go rook to c1. Talent can work hard? Absolutely. Talent can and should work hard. The quote isn't hard work always beats talent. The quote is hard work always beats talent whenever talent doesn't work hard. Not talent can't work hard. It beats it whenever talent doesn't work hard. There's a difference between can't and doesn't, right? It's not implying that talent never does or that talent is generally lazy. It just implies that there are many, many instances where someone is more talented at something, has a better natural gift for it at something than someone else, but the other person, didn't try to make the most of their gift. They didn't work hard with it. And so the hard work of the other person beat out the talent of the person who didn't work hard. My coach used to say that all the time. Smart guy, smart guy. At least when it comes to quotes. We continue to push! 2 minutes on the ticker. I gotta speed up. I assume rook e4 is coming. I'll just go queen g5. Oh, he goes there instead, though. I think this is right. Because if he loses the bishop, the diagonals should be weak enough to where I can just win. Oh my gosh, I just... Oh, okay. It's not the end of the world. Might just be better, honestly. Simplifies the game. No, wait, how do I do this? You have a minute 10 here. You want to play quickly, but how quickly? Do I just go here? Yeah, I think I go here first. His rook's misplaced. Or it's in an awkward spot. Have to worry about g2. Not worry about it, but just be aware of it. Okay. I was aware of it. Mission accomplished. Keep pushing. Okay. This pawn is headed the distance, so I should be able to get it. It'll be a queen versus a rook and 3 pawns. Okay, perfect. Wait, I gotta worry about a mating net? No. How would I play that? Lock in, lock in. Oh, baby, chat, let's go. All right, we clutched up. We clutched up. Good clutch. I appreciate it. Ay, ay, ay. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's what we want. That's what we want. Ay, ay, ay. I don't think it should have come down to that. But we get the George W. We take those dubs, chat. We take those dubs. Alright, the last part of that was sick. Just maneuvering on the dark squares. Kex dropping the fireworks. Solver with the 10 GGs. Kex dropping another fireworks. Oh, baby. Alright, we gotta make sure we clip that. In my head here, so whenever you're in a situation like this as the side with like 2 minutes, try and move quickly. Obviously, take your time a little bit. But I was like, alright, how do I get the win here? Jay McLeod dropping a galaxy. Let's go. Oh, baby. I appreciate the support, chat. Alright. Shout out. Appreciate the 3 roses, Joseph Weber Blount, and the GG. And in my head, I was like, if I can get 2 queens here, if I can figure out a way to get this pawn down the board, it's GG. But I would have to take like a second to make sure, you know, I don't pre-move and the pawn gets sniped by the bishop or something. So in my head, I'm like, okay, let's force the king up the board, and then I'm just going to force the pawns off the board, maneuver my king along the dark squares. Because he only has a light square bishop left, he can never interact with the dark squares in the position. So I was able to pre-move. When you pre-move, that means you're making a move before you see what your opponent's move is. Obviously, the downside is your opponent could play something you didn't expect and you could be lost. But the upside is, as you can see, it only takes 1/10 of a second off the clock, allowing me to move very, very, very quickly. And now I just force my opponent's king to the corner here, and notice how every single move I'm making is along the dark squares. Alright, 1 move away from getting the queen, doesn't matter. 5 seconds left on the ticker. We lock up the George W. Appreciate the follow, Haru013. Shout out. Appreciate the 6 let of cooks traveling. Alright, shout out, baby. First career gift to the channel. I think it's traveling light sales. I'm not completely sure what the whole name was, alright, but I appreciate you, baby. Appreciate the follow, Diamaku. Shout out. Oh, I played against this guy. He's famous on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, we're also live on YouTube at the moment, chat. General Zod Chess, if you guys want to go check out a wider view. Alright, we're playing with a wider view on YouTube. I'm gonna hit him with a Binko Gambit. Alright, he wasn't expecting the Binko Gambit, so whatever. Binko Gambit gets erased off the board technically, but yeah. Maybe he didn't want to play it anyway. I have no idea. I guess we'll never know. Do you play on computer? I do. When I started streaming, I would play through my phone. But for the past couple months, I've been playing on computer. Why do you play so fast? Only at the start of the game, because those are openings I've looked at with the computer before the game, right? I've played it before, so for the first, like, 5 to 8 moves of the game, I kind of know the best moves to make off the top of my head, so I'm already, like, trained to play them. It's kind of like different, like you can play different openings, and as long as you know the best moves for them, they'll give you different setups. And generally at this rating level, we've played those kinds of openings like a lot before, so it's kind of like, instead of you know, we're playing like 8 to 10 moves that we're thinking, we play these 8 moves, and then the actual chess game starts for us on like move 8. The pieces are just set up in a different order than they are when, like, you know, the normal starting setup. Let's go rook to b8. What's the best opening for a beginner? I think sticking to the more mainstream openings helps teach you really good habits. I think you can have success using just about any opening out there, as long as you study it and know the ideas where you're supposed to be placing your pieces. But I'm teaching my little brother, Little Zod Chess, at the teaching him chess, and right now I have him playing the king's pawn opening. I think openings like that give you really, really good habits. They teach you to, like, build good habits because they play for standardized things in chess that even at the highest of levels, people fight over. Obviously, it's like, you know, something professionals like have been training over, so it might be at a higher level, but the concept or the idea behind it is the same. Now I can go knight b to d7 maybe, try and reorganize my pieces. I don't hate it as an idea. Do I develop my bishop somewhere? I don't think there's any, like, trickery yet. So I think I'll just keep maneuvering. I didn't think f4 was a good move for him. So I was kind of just like, yo, I'm gonna park my knight here. What are you gonna do about it? Hey, my knight's here. But maybe he judges f4 to be a good move. I think it'll make this pawn harder to defend now that this pawn can't go up one to defend it, you know? And it also hinders this dark square bishop's movement, right? It can't instantly retreat over here or anything at the moment. Appreciate the follow Hattis Productions. Appreciate the superpower it is and the heart me. Shout out. I missed that baby. I appreciate it. I go knight to f6. Not sure that. C4 looks pretty interesting. C4, king h1, knight c4. I might just go for this. What's the most number of moves into a game you have memorized? Probably one of the closed Sicilian lines, I'd say. I think I have like that one memorized up to like move 18. If I take, he pushes. What if I push back? F6 maybe? How can I get past 1000 ELO? I guess I take. Okay. That push makes sense. I think I should go here. Feels like I take. Rook to b4 is close to being good, but he just has b3. I mean, bishop g4 is playable. What about takes? Or just queen b6 immediately. I think it's queen b6 first. Hit this pawn and threaten like a discover check with the knight. Ennis dropped the 25 team bracelet. Shout out, baby. Appreciate the heartbeat as well. This guy is like super big on YouTube, I think. I'm sorry. The question, I'm stuck at 1000 elo. How do I get out of that? A focus on your priorities in the game. Like, I would say a big focus on that is just learning to, make the most of your minor pieces at that level, remembering throughout the course of a game, right? It's not like, okay, I have developed my knight to a good square, it is now good for the rest of the game, I no longer need to think about it. Over the course of a game, and I bet if you go back and look over a lot of your losses, because this will apply to me at my level all the time, you'll look at the position and you'll realize one of your pieces, one of your minor pieces like your knights or bishop, probably wasn't accomplishing any goal, it wasn't fulfilling like a role or anything. It was just kind of there in the position. So although you may have had it like, in terms of it may have been material for you on the board, it wasn't material that was actually accomplishing anything for you. So you always want to make sure to try and get the most out of your pieces. The famous expression in chess is you have to help your pieces so that your pieces can help you. To e3. Can't forget I have a loose pawn here. And I also gotta go. I'm down on time. If I go here and close the file, is that what I want? Bishop takes e7, I'd go rook f7. Goes there. Alright. Gotta pick up the speed, but let's try and create some imbalance in the in-game. Imbalance just means create some differences in the position. Gotta pick up the speed significantly, though. He's a good player. that. But I don't think it's the worst result either. Or the worst trade, I should say. Most of my pawns are on dark squares. Generally, you want to try and keep the bishop pair on the board. Wait, what? He just missed. He just missed, He offers me a rematch? May as well. This guy's really, really good. So, I'm gaining a lot. I feel like I get a lot of valuable experience when I play against him. Appreciate the follow, Henny. I think that endgame was a lot better by me. Typically when you're in an endgame where your opponent has a knight and a bishop, and you have two bishops, you want to hold on to the bishop pair, right? So he found a trick that would allow him to trade off the dark square bishops, meaning I only get one set of bishops. The reason you want a pair of bishops is because that way you can interact with both the light and dark squares on the chessboard. If you only have a singular bishop, then there's only one certain set of squares you can attack. But all of my pawns were already on dark squares, so do I go a4 here? I don't usually play it. No. I think I'll just play my usual line. In that position, having the dark square bishop on off the board helped me. For sure. Appreciate the Heart Me Throttle Racing IQ. Shout out. I need to hear you say you've been waiting all day. I'm gonna try this line. Don't know much, but there's no weight at all. We're also live on YouTube over General Zod Chess. If you guys want to check that out, we got the wider view over there on YouTube. In this position, I want to play f4, but I think if he goes here, I push, he takes. Yeah, I don't see any like Grandois sack. If I push f4, my knight is actually entombed after e6. So I gotta be careful. Question is, what now? a5, really annoying move. Oh, wait. Alright, I think I go F4. I'm very all in. After this game, chat, we're going to go ahead and do a viewer tournament. Appreciate the follow, Vincent. Appreciate the follow, Josh. Shout out. What's up, Zod? Big fan. What's up, Dark Effects on YouTube? Good work, man. I appreciate it, JC. Pretty sure it's F5 now? Oh, I should have gone E5 first. I'm dumb. It was E5 first. Yeah, oh, that might end up costing me. Maybe. I could save the knight. With like F6. Takes. Here. Yeah, but I'm just down 2 pawns in that position. I'd rather jettison the knight and try and figure out some kind of attack. We'll see how he responds to it, though. What's up, that Jack? How we living, baby? That's some good chess. I appreciate it, Gilbert. Minutes down, lock in. I mean, part of this position has been only moves for my opponent. He's been able to find them very quickly. I'm just looking for ways of complicating it. And it's rapid game, right? You should use your time. You have 10 minutes for a reason. Although you are right, time is going to play a factor eventually. But if I'm not careful, or if I can't generate something here, then time isn't going to make a factor at all because I'll just be losing the chess game. Appreciate the follow, Christopher Martins. Appreciate the rose, Corentin Majan. Appreciate the Heart Meat Throttle Racing. Shout out. We'll probably do a 3-minute Blitz viewer tournament after this game, chat. Let's see a brilliant move. Well, brilliant moves are everywhere in chess, obviously, but the chess.com definition of a brilliant is a move that sacrifices material. It has to be a move that sacrifices material, or offers to sacrifice material, but still helps improve your position or chances of winning the game. When did you last play classical chess? I last played classical chess, I think it was about a month and a half ago. Are you live on Twitch at the moment? We're live on TikTok and YouTube over at General Zod Chess. If you want to go check that out with the wider view. Appreciate the follow, Sky Surfer OW. Did you ban the word rematch? Probably not, because I'm reading it out you saying it. Appreciate the follow, Gemini. I don't know how to ban certain words or anything like that. The way I see it, everyone should be entitled to say what they want. You know, that does not mean you're free from the consequences of saying whatever you want. Obviously, but like if someone acts up, starts spamming or something, you know, they can get Daz boot. But as a whole, didn't realize you streamed on YouTube, says Zach. I just started. This is only, I think, the third or fourth stream I've done on YouTube. I've been trying to get into more in the habit of like double streaming, getting a setup going and everything. I still need to get like, you know, everything refined and whatnot, but I'm working on it. What time is it where you are, Zod? It is 7 p.m. Appreciate the follow, Kong. He's in the think tank? He is. That is good. And I don't kind of blame him here. I'm not sure he's in the think tank on how to survive, but there might be chances, if he isn't careful, there might be really, really good drawing chances for white. Like, there might be just a bunch of ways for white to end up forcing a draw. You did a good job complicating things. It's my specialty because I'm so used to finding myself in a not favorable position. Where the only way I have of playing on is I gotta complicate it. And the question is, can we complicate further? And if so, how? If I go knight b6, for example, he goes bishop b7. Bishop g7 is coming. Only have 3 minutes. I gotta find some way to go. Okay, let's go knight back to b6 first. come on. Well played, well played. He defended well. Down 2 pawns now in the in-game. Only 58 seconds. Got to do something to generate pressure, but I don't know what. I mean, he can take this pawn if he wants. When you're down on material, you should never be afraid of giving up more to try and complicate the game or strike back. Can't break through with his dark light square bishop there. So, gonna have to try to eliminate it. That's a good move. Only have a couple seconds, you gotta go. Is there any... Nah, I think he got me. He got me, that was nice. Hey, you can even play queen takes a3, I think. And then he might go for a checkmate here, but I think he's more likely to find some forcing. No, there's probably going to be a checkmate. Forcing line where he can just, yeah. Well played, well played. Alright. I went for that sacrifice in the closed Sicilian line. It didn't work. I go for this from time to time when I play against really strong players because I want to see what kind of lines I can get, where I'll sacrifice this pawn on c2, and then I'll bring my rook over to the open file and try and play for activity. It doesn't always work, but I get at least an interesting game. You could argue my time usage wasn't the greatest, but I think I needed it in order to drum up complications for the game. Here, I think I made my biggest mistake. I should have played e5 instead of... But I didn't like d5. I don't know. I went f5 and now... Wow, apparently I was winning here. But I missed the winning move. That's an IM, bro. You did great. I appreciate it. Splitting one game apiece isn't a terrible result, but... Hold up. Before we start the viewer tournament here, I'll go ahead and see. What win did I miss? There was a missed win? You missed mate? Really? G4 is winning? Okay. Where were we? Was it here, right? F5? This was his blunder, pawn to E5? It was rook takes C8. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh, if I would have found that, that would have been insane! I was like, I looked at rook takes C8. It doesn't work because you just go queen takes C8, pawn to F6, right? And black is in plenty of time. Oh my gosh, queen takes c8 and now you have knight to b6. You sack the rook and then you sack the knight. And if you move the queen out of the way, just take your knight. If you take the knight, now it's pawn to f6. Oh my goodness, that is insane. Alright, that is crazy. Rook takes c8 I saw, but knight to b6 for the follow-up. Oh my gosh. Oh. Because if you move the queen somewhere, then knight takes, and I already have a knight and bishop. Just, oh my gosh, chat. That would have been a crazy find, alright? We weren't able to get the George W. Tis unfortunate. I mean, we split 1-1, one game apiece, so not the worst result, but I would have loved to found that, brilliant. Okay. So, we're going to go ahead and do a viewer tournament, chat. A tournament that's open to everyone watching the stream, whether you're on TikTok or on YouTube, alright? It is open to everyone of all ratings, regardless of what your rating is. Doesn't matter if you've never played chess before. Everybody is welcome as long as you have an account. If you want to join the viewer tournament, all you have to do is search up clubs on chess.com and search up this club right here, Zod on Time. It's a club-hosted event. So, in order to participate in the event, you have to go ahead and join through the club. Zod Cup, I believe it's 36. Appreciate the follow, 5-star. Appreciate the follow, user 68994432228896. 3-minute. It's going to last for an hour. All the games are unrated as well, chat. So don't worry about joining and losing any rating points or joining and like, you know, oh, what if I lose every game? Who cares? Join, have some fun, you know? It is open to everyone. All right, I'll set it to start in 10 minutes. I'll copy the link and post it in the live club chat as well. Okay? Da-da-da-da-da. Alright. Oh, wait. Let me do a slash so the links aren't all grouped together. If you guys want to join, you can click the join link off of the live club chat right there. Just click on the live chat. It'll only appear if you've already joined the club Zod on Time. If you want to join another way, you can always click on tournaments and go to upcoming arena tournaments, and then you will see Zod Cup number 36 right here. But it'll only appear under upcoming arena tournaments if you've already joined the club Zod on Time. Alright, the winner gets to play hockey with Zod. I mean, I'd be down for that. Please check the end of last game. The end of last game? There was nothing at the end. There was one missed win, and it was the knight b8 tactic. Knight b6 tactic with the sacrifice. Just see. Okay. We shall see. Alright. You could be right. You could be right, but I mean, at this point onward, I was just completely lost. Yeah, black's just completely winning every single move except for the one blunder he made. Now, at the very end, I was close to having a trick, I think. Right here, after I played g5, I was hoping he would play the move knight to d7. And then if he did, I was going to try this Hail Mary try, rook to f7. Sacrificing the rook. But then I get this. It still doesn't work, I don't think, but this is the very end of the game. There is nothing at the very, I mean, I'm in check every single, like, there's no checkmate. I'm in check, and the queen guards the square, right? When he captured this pawn, right, down here, the queen still guards the square. You see that? Unfortunately. Appreciate the follow, Josiah Carr. Appreciate the follow, Peasy Peely. Shout out. Alright, let's go ahead and do some puzzles, chat, while we wait for the tournament to start. I'll make sure I join the tournament first. We still have what? Yeah, it starts in 7 minutes. It is open to everyone, chat. The more the merrier, right? Open to everyone of all ratings. Give me a second, actually. I'm going to go use the bathroom. And then we will do some puzzles to warm up before the start of the tournament. All right. Where did I? It's getting just a little bit chilly in here, so I put on a jacket. All right, let's do some puzzles while we're waiting for the viewer tournament to start. Once again, if you guys want to join the viewer tournament, everyone is welcome. The more the merrier. Chat, how long is forever? Like, how long do you guys think forever lasts? How to join? First, you have to search up clubs and join the club Zod on Time. If you want to join the tournament, you have to join the club Zod on Time with no spaces first. And then after you join the club, then the tournament will appear in live tournaments. If you can't join through the link in the live chat, all you have to do is go to play and go to tournaments if you're on mobile, and go to live tournaments, and you'll see Zod Cup number 36. But you'll only see it there if you've already gone to more and joined the club Zod on Time. Why isn't it under upcoming events? Because chess.com, I think, glitches sometimes, and it'll only have upcoming events. Oops, I forgot to put music on. How about some Justin Bieber? Why not? I miss you more than life. Your memories at... Oh, should have checked first. Is all that I get. I want you to know. Oh, it was queen takes f6. Rook sack. Your memory is ecstasy. What? Oh! It was pawn h6 first. Be close to you. You have a cheater in your tournament? What do you mean you have... What do you mean I have a cheater? Beautiful vocal, thank you. Well, there goes the pipes. Is it Zod on time? It is indeed Zod on time. Does it work via phone? It should. Highest Elo has never lost? He joined 17 hours ago? He played at 99% accuracy? Alright, 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 alright. See, that's not alright. The account's been banned! Yo, shout out! There must be someone from Chess.com watching this stream. Shout out, alright? I don't know if there is for certain, but that guy's been banned, so shout out to him. That is crazy work by the Chess.com squad, alright? If they are watching, they're on top of it. Shout out Chess.com mods creeping in the background. I appreciate it. I was not sure what to do. I was gonna just boot him though. I mean, account joined 17 hours ago, won every single game it's played at like ridiculous accuracies. Do you have any advice to reach 2000 Elo, Zod? It depends where you're trying to reach it from. I think in order to get to the level of 2000, there's some very important, like, general concepts you have to master. Along with just, like, you know, your opening, middle game, and in-game techniques. A lot of it comes from being able to, like, think creatively, not running into panic mode whenever you're faced with a problem, approaching it with a clear mind, looking for the solution, right? Even maybe beyond what you're able to see. That was really fast. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the account just withdrew after someone said he was cheating. I should follow up on that. We should follow up on that. The account's probably getting banned no matter what, though. Right? Only Canada called him out, and then the account just dipped. Since when are you playing chess? What? What do you know me from if not that? Oh, I see. When did you start playing chess? That was what you meant. Okay. I started playing at the age of 3. I was very confused. I thought the question was like, wait a minute. I'm used to seeing you, bungee jump. I don't know. You know? He defends the pawn. I could develop. Let's go here. for not being like you, yeah, oh well. You dress like him and you act like her, yeah, I dress like Zod, I dress so well. Revenge on my body like OCD, I'm clean Zod, got it like that. Shout till I drop, got time on my hands, I'm an hourglass to the sand. Shorty got the key to my soul. Just defend the e7 pawn. I think that's a lot more important to my position than the b5 pawn. I don't even know if it's detrimental if that pawn is gone. I could have defended it with c4, but I think I'd rather just have the open b file. I could be wrong. Side and it's cold, kind of like the outside parts of my soul. A lone wolf shorty might howl at the moon. He wants to go all in for a sacrifice. I guess I'll say just bring it on. Let it come, let it come. I'm playing so bad. That's alright. Nowhere to go but up, baby. There's going to be good games, there's going to be bad games. Chess is a lot like life, you know? Sometimes it'll be out of your control when you have bad games / bad days, right? And when those bad games / bad days happen, all you can do is put on your best face and try and do your best in the next one, you know? The key is to not... Oops, my opponent got into time pressure a little bit and forgot about the hanging rook. The key is to do your best to not let how you play in the last game affect how you play in the next one. Speaking of falling asleep for a second, oops. What's up, Dom? What's up, Wody? What is your real name, Zod? If you guys had to guess, what would you think my real name would be? If you were just me for the first time, you'd be like, huh, this guy looks like a... What do you think I'd look like? Someone said Amanda. John. Alright. Corey. You think I'm a Corey? Zaddy? Is this TikTok Studio? It is. Good game, S-Mail. Let's go on to the next game. I haven't figured out how to use it. I mean, I use it on my computer. I wasn't able to use it, it depends what you're trying to use it for. When I first started streaming, the only laptop I had to stream off of was, the laptop that I had for college. And that I would just use for, like, you know, typing papers and homework. So, it wasn't powerful enough to run any, like, decent streaming software and allow me to play games at the same time, even chess, which is a very low resolution game compared to, like, you know, what's out there today. So I would load up TikTok Studio and then I would like cast out to the iOS. So I would have TikTok Studio loaded up on my computer and that's what I would broadcast off of, but I would actually be playing chess on my phone. And that's how I started my channel when I first started streaming. I guess I'll just go knight to e7, knight to c6. Maybe knight to g6. Why not? Reroutes his knight as well. Just go queen c7. Maybe bishop e7 next move. I don't know if there's a huge rush to castling. He goes there. I can win a pawn by playing here, maybe. Let's go here and hit the rook and the knight. Appreciate the follow, Tijo12. I like your stream, Zod. Thank you, Abdul. What's your USCF rating? It's been around 2100 since I was 14. I stopped playing over the board chess by the time I was like 15 or 16 for the most part because I started playing hockey. And when I was playing hockey, I was traveling across the country, so I didn't have any method of transportation to get out and compete in tournaments, things like that. Go queen c6, maybe d4 next move, maybe knight h5, h4. Let's go here. Knight f3 is a potential fork down the line. Zod, can you rap along to Rap God? I do not know the song well enough, nearly well enough to be able to. I remember when it came out, it was like a really big deal if you were able to do it. And I always thought it was funny that you could rap that quickly. I thought it was a sick song, but I never thought it was like cool enough to where I wanted to like learn how to do it myself. You know? It was like, oh hey, if you can do that, that's pretty neat. I feel like chat's probably fuming at me for not going for that royal fork earlier. And the fork on d4. I didn't go for the fork on d4 because I wanted to delay it until I could threaten checkmate. Like, I was already up a piece. I didn't need another one. I was just going for checkmate. The royal fork was also in the position, but again, I just wanted checkmate. I saw it, but, like, checkmate's better. Leo Carlsson is on the move to the Chicago Blackhawks. Definitely not. Why would you say that to me? Why would you, that's so messed up. Now I'm thinking, wait, could he actually be? But there is literally 0% chance, like Leo Carlsson is our most untradeable player. Zod, are you Canadian? I'm not. I just grew up playing ice hockey. So, a lot of people say I sound like I'm Canadian. Ugh. Do you use Chessable? Not really. I think I have it on my phone, but I don't really use it much. I tried it, I think once or twice, and for like, I think I tried it for some opening courses, and I found it was like really helpful when it came to that, but I guess my issue with it is that a lot of the lines that they teach you in those opening courses, it's like grandmasters teaching it to you, but your opponents don't really or typically play the lines that you see. So I figured I was better off just going over my own games with the computer and learning the best moves from repetition and analysis than with Chessable. That's just my personal preference, though. Lots and lots of chess players stronger than me swear by Chessable. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. Alright, let's go here in Castle, I guess. Was playing junior hockey fun? Oh yeah, it was a blast. It was so much fun. Wouldn't have traded for anything, I tell you. Let's take in Castle. I have that pawn stationed deep in enemy territory, but I might have a hard time proving it's a strength and not a weakness. Imagine Carlsson and Bedard on the same line. That would be a disgusting line. For Connor, I feel like it's only a matter of time before he just puts on enough muscle to where he can start consistently winning 50-50 battles, and then I think also around that time, Chicago's probably going to get him some help. They don't have another, like, superstar for him to play with at the moment. I mean, it's still pretty early into their rebuild, so. I think I'll just play F4. What's up, Mbakota TK? Appreciate the follow, definitely not Brian. Shout out. The game Sunday. Okay. Let's take... Wait, what did he take? Did he just take my pawn? I think knight to e4 might have worked to keep his queen on the board. I'm not completely sure. Let's go here and see if we can bait him into playing knight takes d3. Oh, but we cannot. Now his king can't castle, which is important. Good game, not handsome. What's up, BWJ? How we living, baby? On to the next game. Up against Not Kanan. Let's go ahead and play King's Gambit. Yeah. It's not as chilly as I thought it was. Or at least not coat chilly. Zod, do you have any advice for nerves at tournament? In the open section, I'm 1350 and I could play 1900. I mean, I don't know. I think nerves are natural. I would say try and just, like, think clearly. Don't get too sucked up on who you're playing against or the... Basically, it's important not to focus on the what-ifs, should-haves, or if-onlys, alright? The one thing you choose yourself, that's all you gotta worry about, baby. The rest is irrelevant. When I was younger, and I would go to tournaments, if I was ever nervous before a game, I would blow on my knuckles. And I found that, like, helped calm me down. I don't know if that was just a me thing, if it was just like a psychological thing. I always heard that was the case. Blowing on your knuckles helps calm you down. I don't know how true it was, but it worked for me, so you know what? Maybe it'll work for you. How old are you, Zod? I am 25. Let's go pawn to d5, try and take control of the center of the board here. It looks like the knight doesn't really have anywhere to go to except back to its original square, so I'm trying to limit my opponent's mobility a little bit, maybe. And I think I'm just going to continue pushing, claiming more and more space. I've opened up a hole in his position. The question is going to be, can I take advantage of that hole? Or is it just there? I think I'll castle for now. I don't get the point of that move. Oh, he wanted a knight to e3. That was just a blunder. Yeah, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I moved way too quickly. Oh my gosh. And he missed it again. Discover check. Ay, ay, ay. Oops. Appreciate you sharing the live, Buddha Man. Appreciate the follow, Pinky Snake. Shout out. Why aren't you a GM? Probably because I just missed that tactic right there. No. Being a grandmaster is like, basically you have to take chess up as your livelihood or profession, and I've never had it up at, like, you know, it's never been like that for me. Just a game I play that I really, really enjoy. That doesn't mean, like, you know, I haven't put in a ton of work or effort to get good at said game, right? It's not like, oh, everyone else is a grandmaster who's a grandmaster is a tryhard. I'm just out here casually being 2400. That's not what I mean. I mean it more in the sense of like, you know, I still train and study hard, but not for the purpose of playing it as a profession. That was me. I was stressing. Good game, kid. All right, don't worry about it, baby. How long have you been playing chess? I've been playing since I was about 3. Let's go here. Chess does have a big part of you. I mean, that is true. I think my opponent mouse slipped. Yeah, he misclicked. I'll just go here and give the piece back. I was gonna just take the pawn and give the piece back with the bishop. I was like, actually, he opens up his file a lot right there, so I'll just move my rook over, give him the piece back like that. Alright. I mean, it's an unrated tournament, you know? Like, I'd be super deflated and crushed if I got to play against Magnus Carlsen and I mouse slipped and blundered a piece against him, you know. Obviously, I'm not Magnus Carlsen. I'm just like using that as the example. You get what I'm saying? Let's go bishop to f4, create a pin. Can you play some variation of the Roy Lopez at some point? Sure. Let's go rook to d1. Appreciate the follow D's Potatoes. Appreciate the follow Dorian Breed Love. Shout out. Making up excuses, bro. Thinks he's Magnus for real, for real. We're also live on YouTube, by the way, chat. Over at General Zod Chess. If you guys want to check out the stream in a wider viewing. Let's go Queen G4, I suppose. What site is this? This is chess.com. You can play it for free on the browser like I am now, or you can download it for free off the App Store as well. How do I play the tournament, though? In order to join the tournament, all you have to do is join the club, Zod on Time. You go to social on chess.com. You can find it under More if you're on the mobile app. And then you search up the club, Zod on Time with no spaces. After you join the club, he had to sacrifice his queen there, because if he didn't, I'd take on h7 as checkmate. Very good vision for him to see that, by the way. You have to join the club, and then after you join, you can join the tournament. Just go to Tournaments, Play, Tournaments, and you'll see Zod Cup number 36 already underway. It'll only appear if you've already joined the club Zod on Time, though. Is the tournament rated? No, all the games are unrated. I just want people to join, have fun, get a chance to play on stream. You know, get a chance to play against me as well. Chance to play against some good competition. Good game, Davis T. Bishop. Shout out. On to the next one, up against Red Techtrix. Obviously not from North Korea. Alright. They do not have Wi-Fi to allow you to connect over to chess.com in North Korea. Always confuses me why chess.com has the North Korean flag, but not the Russian one. But, you know, that's above my paycheck. So. Like, that's above my pay grade. I don't get paid to answer those questions. I also don't get paid to ask those questions. Maybe he escaped. It is possible he escaped and was like, you know what? I made it out of there, but you know who I am at heart? I'm a North Korean. Alright? No, I do not think someone would escape from a place and then proudly brandish it as their place of origin. Those are two very contradicting statements. Appreciate the follow, Lucas. Appreciate the follow, Lubomir Holichuk. He must be a spy. I mean, I feel like spies generally don't hide in plain sight, but maybe this guy is trying something new. Again, I would call it unlikely. Not impossible, but unlikely. Zod, you missed a fork? Did I? You're the one keeping Zod alive. I thank God daily for putting you in my life. Let's go here. Pick this pawn up. Shouldn't be any way of saving it except for rook a2. Let's go here. Him is king in. Bottom of the bunk bed pawn. Doesn't matter that much. Let's go here. Forces king to the back rank. What's the lowest elo you lost to while being above 2100? I'm not sure, to be honest. I lost to a 400 rated player in Untitled Tuesday this week. So probably that. He ended up winning the event, and with a score of 10 wins in one draw out of 11 games. Can you surpass Magnus Carlsen? I mean, never say never, but the odds are not in my favor. Do you think he was really a 400? Definitely not. I played against him. Like, no 400 is that good. I don't think it was a human using a computer. I think it was probably just like a very, very strong player on a second account, like a 2800 rated player, or stronger, who made a second account and just resigned on move one of every game until his rating was like 180, and then joined a tournament. Appreciate the follow, T Garbs. Appreciate the follow, user 888935. It's rating manipulation, so the account ended up getting banned. But I don't know if the account got banned because I don't know if the account was banned because of cheating or rating manipulation. It was probably rating manipulation. Like, let's go here. Appreciate the follow, Sermon Chemical. Do you still play hockey? I play men's league like 2-3 times a week. Now I've graduated from college. 2 of the games a week are usually just like casual drop-in games, and I play in like an actual, like 2 of the games a week are like beer league games where it's just like, you know, everyone just comes in, drop in, have some fun, and then I play in like an actual league like once a week. Always start strong. but I bet it gets boring. I don't know. Chess is kind of like to me, chess is kind of like a Rubik's Cube. In the sense of it's a puzzle, right? The goal of chess is always going to be a puzzle. It's a bunch of different puzzles, like within one giant puzzle. But it's like if the Rubik's Cube, the goal of chess is always going to be the same. Checkmate. The goal of Rubik's Cube is always going to be the same. Always get it. Always get the colors to match up for the proper side, right? But it's like if, oops, did not want to pre-move that. It'd be like if the way you went about changing the Rubik's Cube changed up every single time. Like every single time you tried to fix the Rubik's Cube, it would always be something new or unique. And that's kind of what chess is. It's a puzzle where the goal remains the same, but the way you go about accomplishing the goal changes every single time you attempt it. You follow Bryce9134. So that's why chess isn't like doesn't get boring or repetitive to me, right? Because every single game of chess you play, the position is going to be different than the game you had previously. It might not be for the first 5, 6, sometimes even 10 or 12 moves, but by move like 15, you're going to be in a position where you've never been in before. You're going to be in an all new scenario. Like, obviously, there could be a lot of like things that could go wrong, but that's part of the excitement, figuring that out, right? I got bored of chess because the enemy takes too long to make a move. I usually play rapid. So one of the things that especially newer players, I think, don't quite understand about chess is that it is a conversation, all right? It doesn't matter how good at the game you are. If you could be Grandmaster, you could be Hikaru, you could be Magnus Carlsen. It is still a conversation between two people. And what that means is you cannot just wait for your turn to talk. Or in chess, going back to chess terms, you can't just wait for your turn to move, right? You have to be paying attention to what the other person is saying and telling you. Just like in chess, you have to pay attention to the other moves your opponent is making. If you aren't paying attention to the moves your opponent is making, and instead you're just waiting for your turn to move or your turn to talk, then you're going to quickly become lost in the conversation, have no idea what's going on, and you're going to be lost. So when your opponent is thinking, in chess, what you have to do is you try your very best to put yourself in your opponent's shoes, right? You don't think down of your opponent. You don't think, oh, well, my opponent's a beginner. He's only like 300 or 100 rated. He's going to probably be thinking like stupid. You cannot do that either. You need to like actually respect your opponent. One thing I found I would play chess against people all the time at college, and it always amazed me. Every single time, people either played against me or I'd have people over in my room and they would be playing against each other. My friends at college weren't like chess players. They knew how the pieces move, but like they didn't like actively play the game. They just knew I had a chessboard set up in my room. But I could tell that even the people who were very new to the game, insanely inexperienced, just straight up not good, they would still create plans that were based in logic that could work. Obviously because they don't know about things like material value, development, pattern recognition, forks, threats, things like that. Their plans are going to be flawed, but and they're very easy for me to refute. But I still notice how I'm still detecting what they're trying to do, right? Even though they were brand new to the game, anytime I didn't, I would always be shocked at how well they could formulate a plan or a strategy. Again, even if they weren't experienced at the actual game of chess itself. I gotta hurry up here. Appreciate you sharing live, Noah. Shout out. I only have 40-some seconds. I've managed to trade the rooks off, so that's a plus. I'm up 5 points of material. Ops had a really strong attack earlier. But now most of it has dwindled down. They don't have a light square bishop in the position anymore to poke holes at some of my light square weaknesses, which is good, like this diagonal, for example. I'm just going to start pushing P. I'm going to start pushing the pawn, and if he allocates a bunch of pieces over to defend against the pass pawn, then I'm going to try and checkmate him. Goes for the queen trade. Obviously the fork doesn't work because my bishop protects the square. This fork does work, though. Or does it? Did I blunder? Hold up. No, I think this still works. Because I just go here, and if he captures my rook, I just take this knight, and then I push the pawn. I don't get that. I'll take this. I only have 17 seconds, so I gotta hurry. What was your major in college? I was a business major. I mostly went to college to play ice hockey, so I didn't choose a major until like the end of my junior year, I think, or something close to that. I don't think it was that late, but it was pretty late. We're up against one crazy kid. We're also live on YouTube over at General Zod Chess Chat. If you guys want to check out the stream with a wider view. Goes d5, makes an immediate push for the center. I'm going to call him out for that and say you're pushing too quickly. He goes pawn to d5. Appreciate the rose, Wenesive. Let's capture on e5, I guess. Were you good at hockey, Zod? That was alright. That was alright. I'd say my hockey elo would probably be around like 19 hundo. You know? Maybe a cool 2,000. Pretty good. There's a free queen on the board, but I want more. Appreciate the follow, Mike Harris. Canadian accent starts to come out. I mean, if you play hockey for long enough, like eventually the accent's just gonna rub off on you. It's just kinda comes with the territory. You know, some of the lingo. Let's go with a discovered check, I guess. Bauer or CCM? It depends for what. I like CCM for sticks more. I would say as a whole I like CCM more. I like CCM skates as well. I think I like Bauer's shoulder pads a little better though. But I mean, shoulder pads aren't the end all be all of hockey gear. Feels like there should be mates somewhere. I'm trying to figure out how to get it through checks. I don't see any forced checkmate. But I could be blind. That is very possible. It is pretty cool that you're playing positions that literally GMs from early 1900s played in chess. That is pretty cool. Um, the game has evolved a lot since the 1900s, but there are still lots of lines and ideas that we take from there, um, or that we are only aware of because of some of the games that were played when none of us were alive. Zod, did you ever get in a fight on the ice? I got in a couple. I got in a couple scraps. I get that question whenever people ask if I play hockey. I wasn't like a mean player. When I was younger, it was a little bit different before I got bigger, I would say. Because I played hockey in like the South. So sometimes the other team's comments would get a little racially undertoned, shall we say. But on the whole, like, I'm a competitor. Nothing makes me angrier than losing. Nothing you say or do will ever make me angrier than losing. So I understand if I act based on emotions, it's going to hurt the team. So I really didn't for the most part. But then by the time I would say I was like 21, last year, juniors heading into college, by that time I'd put on like, or actually like my sophomore year of college especially, I'd put on a lot of muscle, right? Help get bigger, win more battles. And I was kind of one of the bigger kids on the team. And so hockey's a lot like a brotherhood, in the sense of if someone like goes after one of your guys, you don't really question, is it legal? Was that a clean hit by the rules? It doesn't, like, that part doesn't really matter, you know? You kind of stop playing the sport for a second. It's like, think about it. Someone just hit your little brother, you know? Like, it doesn't matter if your little bro is in the right or wrong. Like, maybe you'll tell them later, but in the heat of the moment, like, that's your little bro, you know? You're not letting anyone get away with going after your little bro without letting them know, hey, if you ever look at him sideways, like, better watch your shoulder because I'm going to be looking for you for the rest of the night. You know? So it's kind of that camaraderie. That would be most of the reasons I would fight. My last regular season game, my senior year, this year, before we headed off to go play in nationals, I got ejected from the game. It was a garbage call. The kid was all right. He dove, acted like he'd been shot. And then I just like hit a kid while we were having like a battle. I saw him coming towards me, so I decided to shove him out of the way, get a better chance to score. And he acted like I what do you call it? Punched him square in the face. He went flying, dropped his stick and everything. And so obviously the refs blew the whistle, and they ended up giving me a 5-minute major, and they kicked me out of the game. And as I was getting off the ice, one of the other kids, like, on their team, like, whacked me with his stick just to let me know, like, hey, we don't like you. And I turned around for, like, half a second to see if he wanted to fight, because I was already getting kicked out. Before the game, I didn't really mind getting kicked out. Before the game, there was this group of men's league players playing, and they were using our locker room. So as we were arriving, they were leaving. And you know, usually when that happens, they're used to kids kind of being like snotty to them and everything. But I was like, the game go. I was being super friendly to them. So one of them ended up giving me a beer. So after I got like kicked out, I just went back to the locker room and shotgunned it. And apparently the kid that I hit was like super mad at me. Like, he was pissed. He was like, I swear I'm gonna kill that guy as soon as he gets out. And our coach heard that, and he was like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. The guy's a Navy SEAL. There were parents there, and he didn't want to like say the general is not to be tangled with, you know? He didn't want to say the general's a psychopath or anything like that, so he just said I was a Navy SEAL. But it was a pretty funny story. I'll pray for Anaheim tonight. Wait, are the Ducks playing tonight? Oh, is today Wednesday night? Oh, they're playing Vegas. Oh, Cutter Gauthier is getting his first career NHL goal, chat. Book it. Book it. It's a lock. Throw away the key. Cutter Gauthier will score his first National Hockey League goal tonight. Appreciate the follow, Dimitri S. Goated story. Thank you, Soccer. Appreciate the follow, Alex. Anyway, the conclusion of that story is pretty lame. One of my friends, my best friend at college, was also filming the game for us. He didn't play hockey, but he would like film the games and record them. He was like the media crew. And he started yelling at that kid, like pretending like he was gonna fight him instead before he could ever get to me. The kid said he was gonna be waiting for me after the game, like waiting for me out in the parking lot. I was enjoying my beer, so I didn't really think of it. But I went outside to get on the bus with everyone, and he wasn't there, so that was just kind of the end of that. We also won the game by a lot. I guess I'll play a French defense. So it all worked out. Appreciate the 2 roses, AJAM. The league suspended me initially, and then because whenever you get kicked out of a game, you get suspended a game. And it would have kept me out of the first game at Nationals. So we had to like appeal it. We sent it to the commissioner. He looked at it for like 5 seconds and said, "A 5-minute major for that play seems kind of harsh, no?" He was like, "All right, we'll get it. We'll fix it." App name, this is chess.com. You can play for free on the browser, or you can download it for free on the App Store. I was hoping my opponent would fall for a trap there, but he's good vision. I was hoping he'd just take the pawn. But if he took the pawn, I was going to sack the bishop here, and if you take the bishop, then my queen would just capture your queen. If you go here to keep your king protecting the queen, then I had bishop to g4. So I would have gotten the queen no matter what. Appreciate the follow, sir. Did you win Nationals? We did not. We didn't do that well at Nationals, to be honest. It was, I mean, we did really well considering it was a very young, we were a very young squad, and it was the first time we ever got to go. I think the team we had, it was my senior year for reference, and I was the only, or one of the only 2 seniors on the team. So we were very young. My junior year is when our team was at its strongest, but we weren't eligible to go to Nationals that year, which was unfortunate because we were ranked like 5th in the country. But it was the first time we got to go to Nationals, so it was still pretty sick. And then Papazad flew up for Nationals. And in our last game, so our last game of Nationals, we had no chance of advancing on to the next bracket or and winning the tournament, winning Nationals, you know, competing for a championship. And we all knew that going into the game. And so I was like, before the game, I was like, boys, all right, listen up. Papazad flew it all the way here, all right? You know me, I never ask for the puck. All of you guys, like everyone always tells me you got to shoot more. I'm too unselfish with it. I'm like the opposite of a selfish teammate. I'm too unselfish with it. I was like, boys, for this one game and this one game only, all right, I am shooting everything I get. We are getting Papazad a goal tonight, all right? He goes there. I think I'll just trade everything off and then take on A2. And it should be good enough. Okay, we'll take on C4, I guess. And then take on A2. Now we go here and we can pick up the knight. Shoot the follow Any Talk Reviver, shout out. Now we're up a rook and a bishop. Okay, now it's mate on the back rank. The knight guarded that square before, that's why I had to capture it. And that's why I said he couldn't recapture it. Good game, Be Motivated 9. Shout out. What's your highest point game ever in hockey? I don't know. I think I've only ever actually scored a hat trick like twice. I've scored 2 goals a bunch of times, but I think I've only ever gotten a hattie like twice, maybe. It would probably be some game where I had like 2 goals and 6 assists, so probably like 8 points. What position? I play forward. Appreciate the follow, Henry. Appreciate the follow, Tristan. Did you score for Papa Zod? I did. We were tied in the, I think it was the second period, and we'd been playing really well, but we couldn't get past the goalie. And me and one of my teammates, he was a freshman that had become a really good friend of mine. He was like, "All right, we're getting you that goal," and he was working hard down low. I've never seen him forecheck so hard to get a puck off a guy. And I was like, all right, he's getting this puck. All I got to do is get set up for the shot. I got set up for the shot, yelled at the top of my lungs for him to give me the puck, and he just tossed it to me. I ripped that thing straight through the net, baby. And then for my celebration, because when I score, I usually don't have any celebration. I'll just like skate back to the line or point to the person who gave me the puck if it was a nice pass, just to be like, hey, that was all you. The biggest reason for that is I was always like, act like you've scored before, you know? We don't celebrate expectations, all right? But when I scored that goal, the second I saw it in the net, skated right over to the stands, I just punched the glass. I was like, Pavazal, let's go! All right? You just know the snow bunnies love the general? Nah, definitely not. All right? The general gets no snow bunnies. And I take that as a flex. On to the next one. Only 11 minutes to go. All right. Take it as a flex because anyone can say yes, you know? Takes a stronger will, stronger mind to be able to say no. Let's go bishop to g2, knight g to e2, castle, close Sicilian. We're still in first place, but there's 11 minutes to go. And I don't believe I'm the only one on a streak. Yeah, there's someone in second place only 8 points behind me. Appreciate the follow, B.O. Wolf. Let's go pawn to d3, bishop to e3 next. Hit the pawn on c5, prepare to go queen to d2, and then bishop to h6, trade off the dark square bishops. What does the general get? Snow transformers? Something more valuable, my boy. Something more valuable than even that. 'Tis called respect. Zod, my phone died mid-game. That's terrible. Zod, what would you put yourself... Yo, Zod, what would you put yourself as in being able to defeat a grandmaster? Like... I'm not sure I understand the question. How good of a chance do you think I would give myself to beat a grandmaster? Is that what you're asking? You're up late today? It's only 8:20 p.m. You should follow Syrian Karisk. What is your main revenue stream? I don't have a job or anything at the moment, so the only revenue stream I have at the moment is the stream. I don't do it for a revenue stream, but or as the way of like making my main source of income. But it's been a nice side benefit of it, I gotta say. Because otherwise, by now, I'd have been like, just picked a job already, you know? Appreciate the follow, Sam. Zod, if I turn the light off, would you still be there? If a tree falls in the forest, does it still make a sound? I guess I'll take here. Take. Check. Take. I feel like this is right. Not 100% certain it is, but if it's not, I'll figure something else out. Is something on your nostril? I sure hope not. I'll always be there, and this will never end. I'll always be there, forever and again. When is Guess the Elo coming? We'll probably do that stream in a day or two. I haven't decided like an official time, but everyone seemed to like the first time we did it, so we're gonna keep them coming. Do you gamble? No. A lot of my friends at college did. So from time to time, I'd just live through them and their bets. Like if they won something big on a parlay, I'd be like, "Oh, we're rich," you know. That was good enough for me. I've never I just enjoy watching sports. I don't need to add money to it to make it enjoyable for me. And I mean, I don't. I'm not gonna gamble for the purpose of making money. All right. If you do that, I mean, hey, more power to you. You know. In a world where there's all these people making money in the most evil ways imaginable. All right, I'm not gonna get on someone for uh, earning some pocket change from gambling or something. It's just not for me. Let's go here, I guess, to win the night back. I think the only bet I've ever made was... This is checkmate. This is really cool. The only bet I ever made was one time in junior hockey. It was during, I think, it was one of the Super Bowls, I want to say. I think it was the Chiefs and the 49ers Super Bowl a couple years ago. And every halftime of the Super Bowl, they would do like a puppy bowl where they'd have the puppies, a bunch of puppies, like play a football game against each other. It's got a dub, but it's cute and adorable, right? And our captain, who is like, he gambled on everything. Or he was also like my best friend on the team, but you know. He said he came to our whole team and was like, "Yo, boys, my dad lives next to the guy who films the Puppy Bowl for the Super Bowl, alright? But they filmed it a day before the game. And we already know who wins the MVP. My dad saw it all from the backyard through his camera. So he told us the MVP, and no one was really listening to him. I was like, yo, what? We already know? So it wasn't really a bet or a gamble. It was more of a calculated decision. Insider information, baby. Love you, Zodiac. I appreciate that, Brandon. We're also live on YouTube chat over General Zod Chess if you want to check that live stream out with the wider layout. Let's go knight to c3 here. See if we can win one or two more games. I also got a Roy Lopez request earlier. That's why I've been playing this game. I don't know if that person's still there. We're only tied for first place right now, too. So really got to put the pedal to the metal. See if we can get two more wins. If we can get two more wins, I think that'll be enough to win the tournament. One more win will be iffy, though. It'll be much more up in the air. Gotta play quickly as well. Appreciate the follow, Kalman Dogo. Shout out. Appreciate the follow, Dot. What did you major in college, Dot? I was a business major. I mostly went there to play college hockey. So I didn't pick a major. I didn't end up picking a major until my junior year. But business is what I settled on. It was pretty fun. I got to use chess a bunch as well in my major. Like for a lot of my presentations, I would go ahead and market myself as like a, or like some of my skills or something. I would bring up chess a lot. The professors loved it when I talked about chess. They loved it when I talked about chess almost more than anything else. I was also just one of the students that would like actually pay attention in class, you know, never have their phone out, always be looking at them, like actively listening to them. I'm not gonna lie, some of those classes were very boring, and there were times where I'd be like just sitting there hungover or still drunk from the last night's activities. But I also understood like the people who were there teaching, right? They weren't, you know, making some kind of crazy salary. They weren't chasing like some position of like dream or power. They had lived a life, and they had gone through that life without something like they thought could be really, really useful. And so they're trying to provide that something, that guideline to younger people that they used to be, you know? When you start looking at professors and teachers like that, people who are just trying to help like themselves, like help the younger, give people the help that their younger version never gave them, you know, you start looking at them a lot differently. I'm like, all right, like they're here, like they're trying to help me out. I'm going to listen to them for the next 90 minutes, you know. I might not be the best homework student or the best grades in general, but like, you know, you owe them that much. Like they're there trying to help you. You've definitely been asked this before, but is there any specific reason why you're called General Zod? Way before I like had any idea or any thought of starting up a channel for chess, there was a YouTuber I used to watch way back in the day called 2BC Productions. And I watch his hockey videos all the time. And when he had one character named General Zod. It's a character that comes from the DC universe. He's basically evil Superman, dumbing him down to a nutshell. But I got the actual name from the YouTube channel that I used to watch. And then when I started uploading clips to TikTok, I would just upload games that I'd already played, or I would like record myself playing a live game on my phone just using screen mirroring. And then I would just upload that, and so it'd just be my username. And so people are like, oh, is this General Zod guy? He's like beating grandmasters and international masters, and he's completely untitled. Like, what? And people were saying stuff like kneel before Zod. So when I started streaming and everything, the name kind of just stuck. Where did you play juniors? I played junior B hockey in Daytona, Florida. I played a year in Daytona, Florida, and then I played a year in Connecticut. I also played 1 year in New Hampshire. My final year was New Hampshire. I played Daytona, Florida, Connecticut, and then I ended New Hampshire. Tournament ends. All right, we weren't able to get the checkmate in time. I don't know if we won the tournament though. Okay, we did win the tournament. We come in first place, 15 wins out of 15 games. Shout out to Tough from Canada, coming in second place, or 1800. And then you won because I'm baked, coming in with the bronze medal. All right, we know why he didn't win. All right, shout out to him. Good games to everyone who participated, chat. All right, we definitely got to keep doing more of these viewer tournaments. 81 players, fantastic turnout. Shout out to everyone who participated. You know, it doesn't matter if you won all your games, if you won only one of them, if you won none of them. All right. The key to improvement, whether it is chess or anything else in life, is to go from setback to setback without losing any kind of enthusiasm for what it is you're doing. You know, as long as you can do that, as long as you keep your enthusiasm for what it is that you're trying to get better at, then the progression and the improvement will come by themselves naturally over time. All right, I got to take a break, chat. I got to eat some din din. All right, and then I will be back on later tonight for some late night chess. All right. Be sure to be tuned for that. It might be after the Ducks Vegas game, because I want to watch that as well. But I'm not sure how late I want to be up tonight. I got to try and reset my sleep schedule. I was up a little too late last night, so I might turn the stream on. If I'm streaming after the Ducks game, if it's really good, they haven't been playing very well lately, so it might not be. I'll probably be live around midnight. If not, I'll be around in like 11:30, so 3 hours from now. Probably 3.5 hours from now, but probably maybe 3 hours from now. Be on the lookout. All right. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the stream. All right. Make sure to follow the YouTube channel, General Zod Chess. We've been live streaming there recently. I'm trying to get in the habit of doing that more consistently. All right. If you guys want to submit your games for either Guess the Elo episodes or submit it like you played a brilliant game, you want to submit that for a chance to be featured for Game of the Week. All right, make sure to join the Discord. The link to join the Discord is in the channel bio. All right, and remember, chat, as always, to end the stream, baby. Remember, when the world is cruel, choose to be kind. All right, I will see you all later tonight, chat. Have a good one. Thank you again for all the support. Appreciate it, baby. Catch you later, chat.